Good morning guys, happy Flexible Friday. So today's stretch routine is going to be something slightly different as I'm going to be focusing more on a specific diagnosis. So today's diagnosis is going to be tennis elbow. The reason I'm doing this is because it is going to be quite pertinent at the moment with all these people that are going to be working from home, having their desk set up in a inoptimal position, which can then essentially result in repetitive strain injuries, tennis elbows, all these other postural problems and overuse issues that we are currently experiencing. So tennis elbow usually results in pain coming into the top of the elbow here, and more often than not it's exacerbated by either extending the fingers or extending the wrist, or a combination of the two. So the first exercise that I'm going to show you is a passive stretch where you are doing the stretching. So you're going to take your arm straight out in front of you, you're going to use your good hand to bend your wrist, and just hold it in that position there, and you should get this nice stretch just from running up the forearm. So as you hold that for somewhere between 10 to 15 seconds. After that, take a little bit of a relaxation, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, go a little bit further. What I find you can do as well is move your wrist very slightly in a semicircle, just to try and find where the stretch is stronger. So for myself, the stretch is stronger at that position. So I'm still flexing my wrist passively, but then I'm also using some of this deviation of my forearm as well, just to start to increase the stretch a little bit. Next exercise that you're going to do is starting to work as a strengthening exercise, and this one is going to be actually working with your wrist extensors. So ideally use a flat surface. This is what we class as isometric, so you're going to be contracting the muscles but you're not going to be allowing the joint to move. So for this one, pop your arm on the surface, pop your other hand on top of your wrist, and you're trying to do this movement with your wrist but you're resisting it with your hand so it's not going anywhere. Hold that contraction for about 5 seconds and then release it, and repeat that somewhere between 10 to 15 times. That's going to start to get the muscle stronger without actually straining the muscle, straining the tendons too much. The next stage of the rehabilitation you can then do is find yourself something like a table. So again, I'm just going to put my hand just on the edge. I'm going to let my wrist drop over, and this is going to be a wrist strengthening exercise. So to start with, stage one is keep your hand in a neutral position and just bring it very slightly upwards. So neutral to up, neutral to up. Do this 10 to 12 times initially. If you feel like it's not too uncomfortable, you can do a second set of it. To make it a bit harder, start with your wrist further down and then bring your wrist all the way up. Next stage up from this to strengthen it again is grab something with a little bit of weight. I'm just going to use the ball for an example, but things like a water bottle, etc. are just as good. Pop your hand into that position again and bring your wrist all the way up. 10 to 12 times as a strength exercise. And again, if you want to, and if it's not uncomfortable, you can repeat this again. The other exercise that I like to do for this is actually doing a little bit of self-massage. So quite often I will show my clients how to find the muscles that we're trying to get. So one of the ways that you can do this is by wiggling your fingers. As I wiggle my fingers, you can see that the forearm muscles there start to move, so that just helps you localize the area. Pop your hands onto the area, and then from there, inhibit, so push through nice and gently, move your wrist around, take it into a bit of a circle, and again, same as you said with the first stretch, you're going to find that you're able to get points that are a little bit more uncomfortable. If you then bring your hand further down into the forearm, and again, just follow the line of the muscle, just to really start to stretch it out. If this does feel like it's irritating the problem, then do reduce it. The other thing that you can do is get yourself a spiky ball, a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, and have your arm in a neutral position and then just roll it down or roll it across. So if it's going down, it's working with a longitudinal massage. If you're going across, you're working with cross 5 massage, and it just helps to reduce some of the muscle irritation, muscle strain that's going through.